Eastern Connecticut State University was founded in 1889 as a teachers' college. Today, it is Connecticut's liberal arts university. In the words of Dr. Stacy Close, Associate Vice President for Equity and Diversity, we pride ourselves on being a diverse, inclusive campus. Does that diversity include ghosts? This is Burr Hall, a co-ed dormitory at Eastern Connecticut State University, and it's haunted. At least that's what's been said by several students over the years, since Gertrude Trudy Burr committed suicide there on January 25th, 1940. Although some people have insisted her death was a sleepwalking accident, the cause of death on her death certificate clearly indicates she took her own life. Whatever the truth is, Trudy's life ended with a plunge from a third-story window to the concrete below. Since her death, students over the decades have reported strange occurrences in Burr Hall.
Like you could hear noises, not voices or screams or anything like that, just like dropping and heavy footsteps. Like you could hear it going from like one corner of the room. And just like cheer, it sounded like she was rearranging furniture or something, you know.
I was walking upstairs. I was in the middle of second and third floor, and I heard someone crying. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. I heard someone crying. So I went upstairs, and I had my laundry in my hand, so I put it down on the table, and I went to everybody's room to see if it was anybody crying or upset. I went in the bathroom. I checked everybody's room, and there was nobody. Then I walked past the fourth floor lounge, and I heard him crying, and I heard from up there, so I figured someone was up there crying. It was loud cries, and you could hear it. Yeah. It was all over the dorm, and nobody heard it. I couldn't believe it.
At one point, the famous demonologists, the Warrens, were called in. Mrs. Warren reported sensing a presence in Burr Hall, but they never returned to investigate further.
Was it Mr. and Mrs. Warren, I guess, when they did the presentation on the ghost at the school, we went up afterwards. We talked to him, we asked him, like we heard that you came to Burr Hall and you were, going to the 4th floor and stuff. And the only thing she told us is that she definitely knows that there's a ghost there. And, she felt the presence. She didn't say ghost, they don't like using ghosts. But she said she definitely felt the presence.
Trudy's death isn't the only shroud over Burr Hall. On October 24th, 1961, Elizabeth Ann Kosker suffered an asthma attack while eating peanuts and choked to death. Again, students report strange goings-on. This time, reports came in about students hearing the disembodied sound of someone gasping for breath.
And then there was the other girl who died. She had asthma.
She choked on peanuts. And that's why some people say they hear gasping.
Yeah, they don't know.
And they say it could be explained by that.
And you hear heavy breathing in the whole bit.
Reports such as these often embolden students to do things others might consider inadvisable.
There's supposed to be a ghost around here somewhere, so we thought we'd get trashed and look for Gertie on a Ouija board. And so we did, and we were hanging out with the little thing. We lit all the candles and stuff. We really got into it. It was too weird. And all of a sudden, the Ouija board spelled Gertie lives and flew off, and we freaked out.
Okay, the girls who were there had a seance, and there were 4 of them in the seance itself. And there were about 4 observers, and they had this on the 4th floor landing. One of the girls in the seance started beating on the girl next to her. One of the girls on the seance started sobbing and crying hysterically. one of them sat down like this, mumble, 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 and she was singing peace songs or something. She was singing little songs to herself, and one of them just got up and ran away. He said he saw a hand, and he said I was laid out with my hands at my side. He could see both my hands, and he said there was a big white hand, and it was above my stomach.
But if the two deaths weren't bad enough, a third death is often mentioned. Some believe this ghost is the source of the malevolent feelings and loud noises experienced by a growing list of Burr Hall occupants.
I don't know, something strange happened, and I started crying and screaming and yelling. Flew down the stairs, and I came in my room, and I was pounding on my roommates. I was hitting them, shaking the bed. I mean, I was literally almost killing them, trying to get them up, and nobody would wake up. I went next door, and I screamed in their room, trying to get somebody up, and nobody would wake up.
And that one who they think is one of the girls is not a malevolent ghost. But that the second ghost is one of the cleaning ladies who they say or something died. I think somebody told me that she fell down the stairs and broke her neck, whatever. She said that she's the malevolent ghost. So that one of the ghosts is friendly and one's not. All the girls in Burr Hall, they were sleeping in 3 rooms. All 100 of them. Guys sleeping with all the lights on.
Is Trudy's spirit still here, weeping in the night, pondering a future she no longer has? Was the shock of Elizabeth's passing so great she remains trapped here, gasping for breath she no longer needs? And what about the cleaning lady? If she's the angry spirit, what is she angry about? Was her death an accident? Did she slip while cleaning, or was it something more sinister? Is it truly her, enraged, banging on walls, screaming, and frightening students out of the building into the yard at night? Until some credible way of detecting spirits arises, or someone acquires concrete, irrefutable evidence that ghosts are real, we may never
Oh my God, did you see that?